Today on Rappler, Acting Health Secretary Janet Garin is under fire for the agency's revamp.
Based on what we saw so far, the greed of this man is bottomless. UNLI-GREED.
Senator Trillanes says Vice President Binay is in panic mode. And 18 years after the Ozone Disco fire, owners and officials are sentenced to jail. Hello, I'm Natasha Gutierrez. This is Rappler's Wrap for the Day, a list of the most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. Acting Health Secretary Janet Garin is under fire for transferring key officials in the health department after barely a month in office. Garin assumed the position following the medical leave of Health Secretary Enrique Ona. 4 members of the DOH Executive Committee were transferred from their original posts, losing their assistant secretary title. One of those fired is Undersecretary Ted Herbosa. He says he is considering filing a case against Garin. Garin says the changes are all part of putting the House in order. Senator Antonio Trillanes says the probe on Vice President Binay is the last big fight against corruption. He says despite the cool exterior, Binay is afraid.
Being relaxed.
Okay.
He wouldn't have chickened out in our debate if he was relaxed. He is in panic mode. Based on what we saw so far, the greed of this man is bottomless. UNLI-GREED.
Trillanes also shrugs off Binay spokesman John Vic Remulla, calling him the Yolanda of senators, saying he's been called worse.
Destroyer, probably yes, destroyer of the corrupt, right? And I'd be proud of that.
President Benigno Aquino says investors' interest in the Philippines is up tenfold. In a speech before businessmen in Singapore, Aquino says more investments will not only create more jobs, but increase global competitiveness. Aquino adds the Philippines is ready for the ASEAN economic integration in 2015. Anti-graft court Sandigan Bayan finds former Quezon City officials guilty of graft for the Ozone Dance Club fire that killed 162 people in 1996. The ozone fire was blamed on the lack of fire safety measures which passed city inspections. Along with the former officials, ozone stockholders are also sentenced to 6 to 10 years. Days before boxers Manny Pacquiao and Chris ALGIERI clash in Macau, both say they're ready to face each other.
I believe that it's going to be an exciting fight on Sunday. And all I can say is it's all set.
Now we're here to do work. You know, the talking is done, the hard work is done, the training is done. I'm not going to say too much, but I prepared very well.
For the full stories, click on the links on your screen. And for those of you watching on mobile, the links can be found on the titles on the article. You can also click on the tabs below to go to a story in the video. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Looking at the mood navigator, the story with the biggest circle is when condo policy bans drivers' maids from normal elevators. Today, most people are angry. That's the wrap for today, Thursday, November 20, 2014. Visit Rappler.com for the latest news here and around the world. Check out our other shows, Tech Wrap and Talk Thursday. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember to use #SharePH and #ShareIloilo. I'm Natasha Gutierrez. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.